when I tell you that there are layers to the Idaho 4, I mean it. I mean layers to the whys, wherefores, intent of the perpetrator. I have been studying just every aspect that I could possibly study of his birth chart, given there's no time of birth, but I got enough from that. I got a lot from that, okay? Brian Koberger is very Scorpio dominant, so being creepy and living in the shadows and being really super intense, that sums it up, just putting it lightly. Okay. And here I'm going to be speaking mostly of the unhealthy traits, because this is clearly an unhealthy, dysfunctional person if they do something like this. But he had Mars in the sign of Leo. And whenever I see Leo, I see the sun, which the sun is out shining its light on everything. So take this like almost in some way an opposition, wanting to keep to himself and hide in the shadows, but also desiring notoriety, desiring attention, desiring to be the best one. This Mars is where we put our energy. It's our focus, our focused impulse, intent, and energy. It's pure, like, just forward movement. So for him to have his Mars in Leo, it makes so much sense. Okay, because when I see all these people out here questioning his motives and questioning what he might have, what might have been going through his head, or why, he did what he did, I have so many answers for that. And I will tell you this, the thing that I received the most from Spirit about this is that Brian did not want to go ahead with a trial because he didn't want anyone to see him. This is the part of him that he wants control over how other people perceive him. He cares about his image. Leo cares about their image. So he took that back by taking the plea deal. He took the power back. He took that control back so that he would know that everybody out there would never know the full truth about him, would never be able to dissect him the way he dissected other people, that they would never see him fully up close and personal, because that is the thing that he does not want anyone to see. His true nature, all of the details of the case. He took it away from everybody so that everybody would have a question mark over their heads when they were thinking about this case. Who knows what we're going to get in discovery? Who knows what will be released? He might already know. So what I wanted to do is to find out what the intentions were all about for him. And one of the things that I received is, I don't know if any of you have looked at photographs of Maddie Mogan, who is, who authorities have, well, a lot of people that, professionals, okay, have said that Maddie Mogan was Brian's target and that he intended to off her, and actually it was a psychosexual motivation. If you want more on that, Dr. Gary Brucato and Chris McDonough on the Interview Room. Watch that channel. Very informative, okay? So, I don't know if any of you have seen pictures of Maddie Mogen or her mother, but I would implore you to look at both of them, all right? And you can see a lot of pictures from Maddie's youth and growing up, and her mother, you know, in this documentary that was just released on Prime, Amazon Prime, and it is called One Night in Idaho, The College Murders. It's just came out, so I'm watching episode 2. But here's the thing, this is when a lot of stuff started to come to me. Okay. Now, bear with me, okay? I wanted to know a little bit more about why she was the target. I started to see things, and things started to make sense to me, things that I was receiving from Spirit at the very beginning when I heard about this case, but also, like, I didn't know how it clicked. It didn't click then, okay? If any of you remember Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, 2 kids from my neck of the woods, actually. They're about 20 minutes south of where I live. That's where they grew up. And I happen to know somebody who is very close to Brian. So it's kind of a strange dynamic. But anyway, I'm not getting into it in this video. I can talk about it in another video if you guys want. Gabby Petito and Maddie Mogen, and her mother especially, when I saw a younger picture of Maddie Mogen's mother, I was like, holy crap, that looks like Gabby Petito. They look like her a lot. It's the same build. It's the hair. It's the face. Everything. It's those beautiful eyes. I mean, I could not get over it when it clicked into place for me just maybe a couple of days ago. And then I started to understand more. And right now I'm at the heart of it. Something about Gabby Petito, Brian focused on. He focused on that case. Brian Koberger focused on the Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie situation and case. And he was really happy about that situation as well. He really, it fed him. When he got to Idaho, he knew that he was going to do what he was going to do. Well, not Idaho, WSU, Washington. He knew what he was going to do. He saw Maddie, and it reminded him of Gabby Petito, okay? And he wanted that. He wanted her, okay? And so there is a connection there that I'm getting from his sick and twisted mind, of course. And I do not think that I think that this is what Spirit is saying to me, that when he went in the house, he knew that there was a possibility that other people were going to get in the way. Okay, his intention was Maddie Mogen. His intended. She was with Kaylee. He knew that there might be something unexpected. He prepared for the unexpected to a degree, but not fully. Okay? Not fully. Especially when he was in the headspace that he was in right after leaving Maddie and Kaylee's room. He wasn't all there. Obviously, he wasn't all there. the things that he hated the most, and the things that were the things that fueled his desire to target that house. Okay. It was the happiness, the team that they were in, that they were like fully connected community, right? This little grouping of friends, not even little, it was a big grouping of friends. But there was something about that that spurned him. And then I see, this desire to, he saw how loving and free and innocent they were. There was something that happened in his childhood as well with somebody that looked like Maddie, or somebody that looked like one of the girls. And that has been with him for a long time. But his decision to target 1122 King Road happened once he saw Maddie. And I want to say that was in August of 2022. That is, I'm feeling it pretty strongly. Resilience. There's an unbreakable force field of purity and love around these people, and it angers him. He dealt with a part of him that felt cowardice in the face of all this. I mean, I don't even know how to describe that. It's like seeing the happiness, seeing the closeness, and wanting it, but at the same time not wanting it. God, I can't really I don't want to feel him fully because it's gross to me. I also saw an image of his fascination with Ted Bundy went pretty deep. I know that people are saying that right now, but I'm going to explain the image that I got, which was disgusting. So warning, if you don't want to hear something about a convicted murderer or murderers, please click off. Brian Koberger fantasized about Ted Bundy in a sexual way, not that he wanted to have sex with Ted Bundy. He wanted to kill alongside him and then do what Ted had done to his victims. This is so gross. This is why I didn't know if I should bring it up, but it's like it presented itself kind of. He would be taking care of himself, so to speak, if you know what I mean, and fantasizing about being side by side with Ted Bundy and both of them not only killing but also raping side by side. Women, of course. So I think that I can't really bring myself to speak much longer about this because I'm feeling a heaviness that I don't want to feel. The kids were abundant. They were resilient. They had lives. They shared in just about, they shared everything with each other. It was very out there. I think he saw that house as sticking out like a sore thumb, and everything. He definitely started stalking the place pretty early on. In once he had seen Maddie, it was chronic. I don't even know if it could have gone back further, but then the August date that I'm seeing, like mid-August or maybe the second week of August or something like that. But he saw that house as like everything that he couldn't be. And when I say house, I mean the kids, the partying, the happiness, the laughter, all of the things that he viewed as he stalked these people was fueling him and fueling his hatred for himself. Hates himself. So when you hate yourself enough, but this is a psychopath, so I don't see it as anything more than that, but there are layers to this. I'm seeing kind of this planning, but I'm also seeing what he liked and what he paid attention to, and kind of like his private life, and more than I want to. Okay. He also wanted to target sorority kids. Like it was definitely sorority kids, sorority girls, that he focused on. This kind of like legacy is showing up here. He, he thought that if he were, this is strange. He thought that if he was going to snuff out the innocence of these people, that he would get his back, or something would change for him in some way, for the better. And I don't know how somebody thinks that way, but it's definitely something worth noting. It's the spirit of that whole entire place, the spirit of it, of college kids, of their lives, their essence. It was like, to him, it was the most beatific beacon, and he was so attracted to snuffing it out and destroying all of it, and being that in that power to change the whole thing. There is an incredible amount of power that he got from that, from being the one to take it all away by his actions. So I'm going to leave it at that. I will come back. If you guys have any questions, let me know.